body of work. And really what set I guess the straw that broke the camel's back was in 2016 here in El Cajon. We had an incident here when the El Cajon PD shot and killed an unarmed black man named Alfred Alongo. And I extensively covered that protest that happened here in El Cajon. And the media was just really failing to report accurately the long back history of this officer, and just having years-long problems, like horrible stuff like intimidation and and sexual harassment within the ECPD of other officers and stuff like that. So essentially so
the media wasn't reporting.
The media wasn't reporting this. They weren't kind of putting the two and two together, that this officer had a long history of problems and should have been fired. He was originally I think he was a sergeant, and then he got just demoted to an everyday beat cop, I believe.
And that was during the pinnacle when that stuff was going on.
Yeah, well, there was 2016. There was a lot of other high profile cases going, like Philando Castile, Terrence Crutcher, a lot of things like this were happening.
And you notice that the media wasn't covering the exact what needs to be talked about.
Yeah, well, the thing is that they weren't covering this the history of this officer properly,
right?
And the incident itself was almost kind of being lost in the news itself, because, like you said, there were several other things like this going on across the country as well, and it was we were coming to the end of the 2016 presidential election cycle at that time too, so it was kind of getting lost in that mix. So so I went out there and I was covering it like I was doing. I was posting stuff to Instagram, and I actually got approached by several news outlets online, and they actually paid me the least to use my videos and stuff like that, which is good, because when I was covering this, I'm thinking El Cajon, it's a tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, really.
Right.
You have no reason to be here unless you live here or you were born here, So I was like, damn, there's people that live in the city that don't even come out here. People that from outside, they're not gonna know. Unless we put it out ourselves, no one's gonna know what's going on in this little town. It's gonna go away.